what's going on, guys? It's Eric here with Walk by Faith Studios. Welcome to the video for this week. This week, I decided to go a little bit of it behind the scenes of one of our songs that we're working on to come out in the next few weeks. The song is called Digno. I did a clip of it a couple weeks ago, and this is just gonna be pretty much go behind the scenes with me in the studio, kind of mixing and recording it and see what we come up with. For this song, I already have the keyboard and the pads recorded. We're waiting for my wife to record the vocals for it, and then we're gonna have our saxophone player from our church come and record his portion. He'll be in the song as well. So pretty much just gonna see me work on it in the background, just kind of see what I do on this end. It won't be too long of a video, just kind of behind the scenes of what I do, what I work on, and then from there you guys will see how the process is to get this song done. And once the song comes out, you can see from when I started, which is now, until how I got to the point of it being completed. All right, so I'm gonna cut from here to my recording of me, like on the spot recording, or on the spot mixing, so you guys can see what I'm working on. And then yeah, that'll be all. All right, guys, God bless you guys. I'll see you and enjoy the video. All right, guys. So here we are. This is gonna be kind of, you can see what I look at when I'm recording or when I'm mixing the tracks. So like I said in the intro, currently we have the piano, the synths or the pads, and then the saxophone part of it. I'm pretty much just gonna go through and mix some of the things, right, that I think it needs mixing or needs correction for now. Like I said, we're still waiting for my wife to come up and record her vocals and her singing on it. But this is just what I got for right now. Um, I'm gonna go through some of the piano parts of it, and see what needs to be edited, what needs to be more aligned with the track, what the track requirements are, and then make sure it stays on tempo, make sure it stays on beat, so that when the song is done, there's no skipping, there's no jumps. In my original recordings, my EPs that I released like 2 or 3 years ago, listening to it back now, I hear where the jumps are, where I messed up, where I missed a beat, where I went off beat a little bit. And listening to it now, I'm like, man, that's something that I could have fixed. That's something that I should have caught back then. So now the songs that I'm releasing now for our album in December, these songs I'm being a lot more careful with them. I'm being a lot more eyes on, just to make sure that what I see or what I'm recording is what it's supposed to sound like, or what it's gonna sound like. So here's gonna be that. So here's just gonna be me going through that, and you guys are gonna see the process of it. You're gonna see me kind of going through here, opening the plugins, EQing it, going through each one. The saxophone player did come a couple weeks ago to record this part of it. I'm not sure if we're keeping it as it is now. We most likely will re-record it once my wife records her vocals. He requested me to send him the audio file of her recording her vocals, and then he'll be able to practice it at his own place, and then come here and then record it here once we're good. So he knows exactly what he's planning for. He came before, but because we didn't have the vocals, he didn't want to overplay or play over her. That's what he wanted to be a little more comfortable with hearing her play or hearing her sing, and then he'll come and record his saxophone part of the song. So I might end up muting this in the meantime while I work on the piano and the pads. I'll see how it goes. I may end up re-recording something on the piano. Most likely not, just because I do like how the piano sounds at this moment. My wife heard it a couple of days ago, or a couple of weeks, yeah, a couple of days ago, and she said that it sounded a little bit too rushed when it comes to like the verse and the chorus. So I'll do my best to kind of work on that now. But majority of things are going to get fixed once she actually comes to record her vocals. Then we can narrow it down to what needs to be adjusted, what needs to be fixed, and what needs to be stretched out or done, or a faster turnaround or faster cut to a different part of the song. So I'll play a little bit of what I have now, and then from there, you guys can see what we're working on. And yeah, so here's gonna be, I'll play you guys part of the intro into the pre-chorus, and then we'll probably focus on those two for now, and then we'll go from there. All right, so here's what we got so far. here's where my wife would come in. You can see up here I have the marker set up, so you can see where I have the intro, where that ends, what bar of the song that ends, and then what the verse goes. I have everything set up here, so I see when the verse is, pre-chorus, and then I gotta edit the rest of it. I didn't do the rest of it, but I am gonna go ahead and go through each one and split where we're going, so that way once I'm recording the acoustic, once my wife records her vocals, we know if we need to cut at some point to start from there again, or if we want to just add a separate track for that specific section of the recording. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a cycle. The cycle is pretty much going to loop it. If you use Logic Pro, it's just going to be a C on your keyboard. That creates a cycle. I'm going to go ahead and cycle it from the intro to the beginning of the pre-chorus. So now when I hit space, or when I hit or play, it'll only play those sections, or that timer. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do first is I'm going to quantize the piano. I'm going to go ahead and mute the pads and then mute this arc. I can just do this. Hang on. No, not that. Oops, not that. Don't mind me. I'm not gonna mute that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just solo the piano, and I'm gonna quantize it to be 1/4 note. That's a little bit more organized or cleaner. So you see, like when I do like the add-ons, it'll be more on-beat. So it'll kind of merge it together where it's not sounding so jumbled, I guess you can say. It's sounding more complete, more together. And that'll do it for each one. If I don't like how this sounds, I can definitely change it. But here's where she would come in. So now it's gonna be Quantize actually also puts it in every measure correctly. So now it's going to be instead of it being one ahead of the other or one behind, it'll be correctly every quarter note is where the note will be played. That, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing for the pads. I'm gonna go ahead and quantize this to be a quarter note. So now I don't think it did much. Let me do that, and then that probably didn't do too much for this. If you might have seen that little jump or that the little adjustment on the note. Again, all this does is make it so that every quarter note it is played on beat correctly instead of being that I'm playing it wrong, that it is going to be offbeat. So it just makes it a little bit more organized and makes it a little bit more together again, so that it's not playing off tempo. I'm hoping we don't change the intro part, because I do like how that sounds. But and then it just cuts off into the verse. I'm thinking what he's gonna do is pretty much just gonna record kind of like little things in between the verse and stuff, and then play a little bit more when it comes to like the higher part of the song, like the more intense part of the song. So it should be like the chorus, or like the ending of the song where we build up a little bit more. He'll probably play a little bit more there. At that point is I'll mix it more so it's not overpowering,
anything, so that everything is well balanced. So the vocals might be a little louder just because of the vocals, but the instruments like the keys, the acoustic. I do have to record the acoustic. I went to record the acoustic about 2 weeks ago, and my string on the acoustic broke. So I did buy new strings. I just have to actually restring the guitar, and then I'll go ahead and start with the I can then record the acoustic for the song. So that's that. That's the piano. That's the pads. I think the piano sounds pretty good so far. I don't think it's gonna be overpowering anything too much. It's at 0 right now for the volume. This was at negative, I think 5 before I changed it. -3, I think it's a little bit more balanced. At points where it does peak, I might just like link or zoom into that spot only and then lower that part. But I think as of right now, it sounds like it's pretty well balanced. Piano, synth, and the sax. I might lower the sax a little bit depending on how the acoustic comes in. And I also got to record the bass. So do you see I have the ambient bass here? I got to record the bass for it still, which shouldn't take too long. It's just gonna be, I might do it just on my keyboard that I have here, just holding buttons down, holding notes down. If I can find a good bass, if not, I'll go ahead and just grab my actual bass and record that way. I'll record it with that. But that's what I have as of right now. Let me go ahead and play it one more time, make sure that everything sounds okay. And then I'll just do some more mixing and stuff here. So you see how that kind of cycle. You see how that kind of made it a little quieter. I don't want that to happen, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit again. Let me just do cycle, but I'm gonna do it only from here, or when he starts. I'm gonna cut this to be from here. Can I end the cycle here? Nah, that's fine. I just drag it. I want to focus on EQing his saxophone only. So the cool thing, real quick, the cool thing about Logic Pro, which I'm incredibly grateful that it's part of my tuition, is that it has these different plugins already built in. So I had the plugin for the saxophone as a tenor sax. He's already playing a tenor sax, but this makes it a little bit more easier to mix it and EQ it, so that the plugins that are in here already for the saxophone are the ones that are mainly used for saxophones. So like I just click on a compressor, I can change this, I can add the EQ, I can change the EQ, and then this is just like an extra plugin that they have there to make it a little bit more easier to hear. Oops, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. You can hear kind of each one once I make the adjustment. You can hear what each one sounds like, what each one does. Um, Usually, I just go by ear and see what I hear, what the difference would be, and then I go ahead and put that, and then I put all the instruments together to see what difference it made when it comes to the overall recording of the track. So as of right now, the only thing I did was really adjust this one here. I moved this one over. I did not like how much I cut it off, so I put it back to what it was. I'm gonna go ahead, go through each one, and you can either turn them off or put them on there. Each one does have a different role in the overall EQing and the overall mixing of the song. So I go through each one and see which one makes it sound a little bit better, which one makes it sound a little bit more soothing to hear. Saxophone is really a more a soothing instrument, so I don't want it to be where it's going to be overpowering or overplaying over anything else. play it with everything else. Now, I'm okay with it being a little bit louder in the intro part. I am going to make it sound a little bit more cleaner and neater when it comes to the three of them right now. Only reason I'm okay with it being the intro is just because it's just the instruments right now. Um, Obviously, when it comes down to like him playing in between vocals or like over her in the chorus and stuff, I'll obviously make it where it's not as loud. But with it being that it's just an introduction right now, when a song does come out eventually, I do want it to be where it's gonna sound nice and showing what each instrument is doing is really what I'm shooting for. Um, that would be for the intro part. As of right now, I think I'm gonna mainly, on like I said, focus only on the intro part. Maybe not much as the chorus, but only the intro part of the song, just because I don't want to do too much without having the vocals on the song just yet. So I do like how the song sounds so far. I think the piano, the pads, and the saxophone all together just make a really nice sound right now, without even adding the guitar or the bass to it. So I think I'm gonna leave it as it is right now. Nothing really had to be done to it except for quantizing the pads and then the piano, and then the little bit of an EQ that I did on the saxophone track, um, on the whole thing. So um, yeah, I think we're good to go for right now for this video. I am gonna do more. I want to do more live sessions so you guys can see more of like in the mind of me recording, or in the mind of me mixing the song and what I'm working on, and what I do in the process, what I look for, what I shoot for. Um, but yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got so far. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys like the content that we're doing here. If you guys want to see more of this, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you want to see more of this behind the scenes, more of the mixing aspect of the songs. I might be doing that more with other songs that I'm recording. I know my plans for next month are going to be pretty much just promotional content and stuff like that for this channel. I may be doing more videos like this in the meantime, or I might be doing a lot more live sessions soon. But as of right now, if you guys do enjoy this kind of content, if you do enjoy seeing the mixing portion, the producer standpoint of it, let me know. I definitely shoot to make more of these videos in the future and make more content like this for you guys. I do appreciate all the support so far on the channel. I've been posting pictures of like my YouTube content, how much it's been growing the last few days, and I cannot thank you guys enough for the support on the channel, support on my social media pages, and all that you guys have been doing for this channel and this new journey with the studio that we're on. So again, I do appreciate you guys. I thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And yeah, next time, see you next time. God bless you guys.